Do you know what the problem is in the church? That there are a lot of people who have prayed and asked God to forgive them of their sins, and they're miserable Christians because they like their sin still. But they know they're not supposed to do it. That's the most miserable Christian you'll find. Is somebody who's had their sins forgiven. They've come to the Lord, and they know that it's not right, and they're struggle because they're like, well, I want to go to heaven, I want to be with God, all those kind of things, but I kind of like my sin. I like my old life. That's why he says, hey, don't go back to your former passions. We read that. He said, don't go back to the old way of living again. Don't go back to all those kinds of things. Because there's a people that, though they have taken a step of faith to be born again, some of them still like their sin. And he said, well, sin isn't really sin if it's not enticing to some degree. Well, that's called temptation. And again, that temptation is taking maybe some good desires and trying to get you to fulfill them in the wrong way. And the enemy always says, take a shortcut. It's easier than doing it God's way. If you do it this way, you'll get there sooner. But the problem is, when you get there, you won't have the fulfillment. But if you do things the way God said to do things, if you operate the way God said to operate, it might cost you more, it might take you longer to get there, but you will be fulfilled. Amen? You'll be fulfilled because you've done it the way God's called you to do it.